Hello and welcome to week 5. You guys should have just turned in your Quick Write 4. So this cluster is focusing on cognitive psychology, and you guys had the choice between numerous different topics. So attention, encoding, immediate memory, retrieval and forgetting, storage, and visual memory. So you should have chosen one of them and went through the lesson and then submitted your quick write that focused on the topic that you chose. So this next week, what you're going to do is you're going to choose a second one from that list. So another one that kind of strikes your interest, and you're going to go through that lesson and then complete your next quick write. I had a few questions about quizzes that were similar to actually the previous cluster. So you just complete the quiz and quick write for the topic that you review for the week. So you're not doing the quiz for all of them. I just wanted to make sure that that was clear for everybody. I just completed grading your guys' quick write 3. Where you chose from behaviorism, constructivism, and then the social cognitive theory. And you guys, I was so impressed by all of your feedback and differing perspectives. Some of you guys brought up some really, really interesting connections to your own lives. And then something else that was really great that I was seeing was you guys were really tying in material from previous lessons and kind of integrating it into the topic that you chose, which was really, really neat to see. Some of the big kind of themes that I saw, and some of these might sound foreign to you just because you might have not chosen the topic, but a lot of you who focused on constructivism were really interested again in just kind of the building upon prior knowledge and how it's interesting how we all learn information differently because we all have differing prior knowledge, and so we come to understand new information different. So that was something that was brought up quite a bit. Another thing that came up was social efficacy and then the social cognitive theory and how those two kind of go together. So a lot of you were really interested in that, the one quote that kind of stated, if someone like me can succeed, then I too can succeed. So, students being able to look at models who are similar to them and see that, well, they're, performing well. That means because they're similar to me, I should be able to perform well also. And I kind of commented on how I utilized that a lot when I was working in Miami with my students in a low SCS community. I tried to find a lot of examples of people who were similar to them and were able to succeed and were able to do well, and kind of use them as inspiration to help the kids. So I too think that that's a very interesting point. Another thing that you guys brought up a lot was vicarious learning. So how you can learn by actually watching others. It doesn't actually have to happen to you. And a few of you kind of brought up, being a younger sibling and maybe watching one of your older siblings get in trouble for doing something. You automatically learn, oh, well, if so-and-so did that and got in trouble, well, I'm going to make sure I don't do that. And it didn't actually happen to you, but you were able to learn through watching someone else. And the same can happen through, positive reinforcement, watching, someone have a behavior and then they're rewarded for it. So therefore, you've learned that if I engage in this positive behavior, I'll get this positive reinforcement. So that was something else that you guys found interesting. And then also you guys mentioned a lot about reinforcement, those of you who were focusing on the behaviorism. And then there was a lot of interest in the zone of proximal development. So just kind of making sure that work is challenging enough for students to where they're engaged and they're motivated to try, but where it's not too difficult to where they're unable to do it, and just the importance of really being able to meet them where they're at and teaching them and then stepping away as they become more knowledgeable and are able to become more independent. So really backing up and being a little bit more of a guide, and then backing up altogether and letting the student engage in the work on their own. So those were just some themes that I saw from your guys' Quick Write 3. I'm still working on the discussions. So I'll be slowly uploading your guys' rubrics. You guys are doing a great job on the discussion so far. I do want to mention that one thing that I'm kind of seeing so far with the discussions is I'm not seeing a lot of outside research brought into the discussions. So just make sure when you guys are responding, or when you're the facilitator, that you're doing a little bit of outside research to kind of help dig deeper into the discussion, and also just making sure that you're continually responding and keeping the discussion going, not just like responding once, but actually attempting to keep the discussion going. But overall, you guys have posted some really interesting discussions, and it's been fun to kind of be a part of that. So those should all be graded pretty soon here, and I will be working on grading that for that Quick Write 4. So go ahead and pick your next topic for your next Quick Write, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and yeah, continue to be working hard. You guys are doing a great job.